Well, Manchester has become the party capital of Europe, it seems, but are the celebrations to go into a third week and to involve the blue half of the city? Joe Royle's major concern has been to screen his players from the sense of celebration at just reaching Wembley, and he knows just how tough Gillingham will be. Well, Gillingham have impressed everyone in the second division with their resolve, particularly as the stakes were raised in the run-in. Their team, which is unchanged from the one that started the second leg of the semi-final win against Preston, includes 4 members of the Brentford side that lost in this final against Crewe 2 years ago. Barry Ashby, Paul Smith, and the front two, Carlos Saba and Robert Taylor. But the most experienced Wembley campaigner is number 7, Mark Patterson. He's here for a third visit after an Anglo-Italian final with Derby and a playoff final with Plymouth.
Well, we've had a magnificent voice in Russell Watson. Fireworks, brilliant. Are we going to get fireworks this afternoon? Let's hope so. Gillingham with 5 at the back: Patterson, Ashby, Pennock, Butters and Southall. Then the 3 in midfield, and for me, this is a key. Hesson, Tyler, Smith and Galloway. Hesson Tyler in particular, I think, has been absolutely outstanding for Gillingham this year. Very, very busy, loves the ball to feet, trying to spark off Taylor and Asaba. Smith's a holding player, he'll be digging, trying to close down the 4 in midfield for Manchester City. And Galloway on the left-hand side with Southall, they'll be trying to stem Terry Cook, so dangerous for City. And up front, Robert Taylor, what a great season, 20 goals. Asaba alongside him, between them, 42 goals. This is going to be some match.
The return of Andy Morrison could have huge significance for Manchester City. He missed both legs of the semi-final, but returns after a knee injury to be the guiding hand in front of 20-year-old goalkeeper Nicky Weaver, and alongside fellow defenders Lee Crooks, who's 21, and Richard Edgehill, who's played in the Premiership but is still only 24. Terry Cook, who's sacrificed being a part of Manchester United's treble-winning squad, may well see his desire for first-team football rewarded today, and it's a former Old Trafford apprentice, Sean Gota, partnering Paul Dickoff in attack.
Well, Joe Royle goes 4-4-2. An impressive Nicky Weaver, 6'4" in goal. The 4 in front of him: Lee Crooks, right fullback, Gerard Vikens and Andy Morrison. Wonder how Morrison's knee will hold up. Ligament damage, we're told, but he's so influential. The big centre-half back there for City. Edgehill, left-hand side. In front of Edgehill, the 4 across the middle. Horlock, Whitley in there for a little bit of bite. Brown, tremendous engine in him. And Cook, who could be the match winner, right-hand side. Cook, specialist at free kicks. We've seen him do it a couple of times this season. Gillingham have to be aware of that. And up front, Dickoff never stops running, tireless, harries defenders, and alongside could be the match winner, 21 goals this season, Sean Gota.
Well, Joe Royle has a good record at Wembley, and he's won on his last 2 visits here as a manager. He led Everton to their FA Cup success of 1995 against Manchester United here, and there was a 1-0 win against Blackburn 3 months later in the Charity Shield. And the shadow of United looms large in the team he puts out today. Terry Cook, who celebrated making his move from Old Trafford permanent with a goal against Gillingham in the 2-0 victory last month. And there's a former Old Trafford apprentice in the team, Sean Gota, who went to Manchester United from Bermuda, but didn't get his first crack in league football until he went to Rotherham, for whom he played here in the Auto Windscreen Shield final. Well, what can you say about the Manchester City fans? They've been loyal to the call throughout. Average 28,000 at Main Road, and it was no surprise that their allocation of tickets was quickly snapped up for this game. More of a surprise, perhaps, was how quickly Gillingham's allocation was snapped up. They've averaged just 7,000, but they'd sold out their tickets within 2 days of them going on sale. It's Gillingham who keep the blue in their strip, and Manchester City who've had to change. Sean Gota and Paul Dickoff will get the 1999 Second Division playoff final here at Wembley underway. And maybe a sign of the game is just how Andy Hessenthaler will dig in, and he was in there with an early challenge just to let the City midfield know that he was there. But Dickoff here looking to lay it off.
Tell you what, Rob, that looked handball to me. That looked handball. Mark Halsey having none of it. Dickoff furious, remonstrating with the referee. I think the ball certainly struck a hand or an arm. Dickoff just flicks on. Have a look there. That is a penalty. It's inside the box, and what a let-off. Barry Ashby having a bit of fortune, good fortune.
Within the first 30 seconds of this contest. Controversy already. Here's Jared Veekins. Both teams well pumped up for this contest, and Paul Dickoff has taken a heavy knock.
Well, we're looking forward to a bright, bubbly start. We've certainly got that. What a let-off for the Kent side.
Hessenthaler. Here's Asaba. And now Bob Taylor.
Well, Whitley looked as if to me as if he caught Taylor. Taylor's gone down. Now the referee's going to have to sort this out. It's an electric start. We had the fireworks, and fireworks inside the first 2 minutes. Wow, what about this for a let-off? Dickoff the flick on. Watch Ashby's left arm going there. And that clearly, for me, inside the box is a penalty.
Well, Adrian Pennock is getting booked for the challenge that left Dickoff floored. A yellow card in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Well, Gillingham, there's no doubt about this. Gillingham are going to close, they're going to bite. And look at this for a challenge. That's late. Pennock scything down Dickoff.
A yellow card for Adrian Pennock, and a busy start for the referee. Mark Halsey's first match at Wembley in his 3rd year on the Football League list. And those in the know reckon that he probably got the toughest of all the playoff finals. And maybe the opening few minutes have proved that. Presiding over this free kick now, which Hessenthaler will take. And he's caught them out, maybe. It's Guy Butters.
And Weaver diving, springing to his right there. We're all looking for the ball into the box for Asaba Taylor. And suddenly Butters arrives on his left foot, always swerving away. But look at Weaver diving away to his right just to make sure. Good strike, just always drifting away from Weaver's right hand upright.
Well, they have such physical strength in the penalty area that it was a good ploy for Butters to come forward almost unnoticed. Dickoff back from Pennock. Crooks climbing with Asaba. And here's Andy Morrison, who's been preferred to Tony Vaughan in the heart of that Manchester City defence. And Paul Smith.
Gillingham is certainly a case of shoot on sight, isn't it? Smith found himself a little bit of space. Mark Halsey getting in the way a little bit, the referee. But Weaver right behind it. I think City, they realise, Rob, that Gillingham are not going to give an inch here. They're going to be biting the tackles, closing down. And City have to match them with this physical battle.
I know we often say about the first goal here could be really crucial, because if Gillingham do get an early lead, as they've shown in the semi-final against Preston, they're capable of defending in depth to hold on to it. So City here looking to break through with Dickoff's cross.
Just getting in behind Ashby there, the little fella. You know Sean Goter's in the box, and with his left foot, he's trying to get it in early. Applauding the service. Goter was central, just looking for the perfect pass.
Paul Dickoff was the best man at Vince Bartram's wedding. Former colleagues of each other at Arsenal. Families are very close, but Dickoff says he won't mind if he gives him a kick or two during the course of this match.
I'm sure he didn't say that.
Morrison. Ashby, Smith.
Well, Dickoff's certainly been involved, hasn't he? He's such a pest if you're a centre-half, this little fella. He really works the line, puts centre-halves under pressure, and you need that on a big occasion like this. And very important as well, Morrison winning the early battle with Taylor.
Morrison's kick. Goalkeepers always like to get a good early comfortable catch in. Helped on by Asaba. Morrison. 28 years of age, Andy Morrison. He was a substitute for Blackburn here in a Charity Shield match.
Normally a good striker of the ball, just miscuing that one. Putting his side under a little bit of pressure. Hessenthaler. This is Patterson.
Crooks, Smith. Towards Southall. Challenge on him was by Cook. Manchester City have taken 4 points from their 2 games with Gillingham this season. 0-0 and 2-0 in their favour.
Bukayo Saka, we all know this guy's got a bit of skill. Is it going to be his afternoon? He can find the back of the net when he's on form. Good touch. Taylor, his strike partner, big, bustling. 5 goals against Burnley. It must be his dream to score here.
Well, it was a hugely disappointing day for the 4 Brentford players in the Gillingham lineup when they lost here to Crewe. They never really performed. It was the most one-sided playoff final of that weekend, with a surprise in many respects that Crewe only scored 1 goal. Southall.
So it's a fantastic atmosphere here. So City fans are here at the moment with an anthem, but tell you what, Gillingham fans, I'm amazed how many have turned up here. All decked out in the blue shirts.
Butters. Here's Crooks. And back from Andy Morrison. City used to playing in front of packed crowds, but Gillingham less so. Here's Southall. And the slip by Crooks has let Southall get through here. And Asaba couldn't control the shot, hits it against the shins of Morrison.
I'll tell you what, if Asaba had left that, Taylor was right behind him all alone.
And neither team too unhappy that some of the heat from yesterday has disappeared, and the conditions have been overcast, but that may have left its mark on the surface, judging from how Lee Crooks lost his footing then. This is Michael Brown. Edgehill. Dick off. Here's Whitley. And he's ambitious.
Batcham always had that covered. Jeff Whitley doesn't get too many. On his right foot, try to strike it. But earlier on, good run from this fella Southall. With a downpour here at 5:30. Look at Crooks go down. The pitch was actually flooded just in the afternoon. But look at Taylor right behind Asaba. Could he have left it?
Brown. Helped on by Gota. This is Patterson. Richard Edgehill. There's Ashby. Headed again, Smith. Manchester City throw. Richard Edgehill, just 24 years of age. One of the 2 players in this City lineup who were around when they were in the Premiership. Michael Brown being the other one. There was a massive pruning job on for Joe Royle when he took over the club. And now they're on the brink of completing the first part of the recovery process. But Gillingham here working really hard. Galloway has gone into the area if Asaba can find him, and he has. It's Galloway, good control, and he tests Weaver, who has to push it away for the corner.
That's very, very unlucky. It's a good strike as well from Galloway. I don't know if you notice, Whitley, again, he slipped over early on, and suddenly Galloway gets a bit of luck there on his left peg, bang! Good stop from the keeper.
Weaver had his angles covered well to deny Galloway. Here's Hessenthaler with a corner. Betters gets in front of the goalkeeper, who has to punch. And it's Crooks who gets it away. Southall. Now Smith. Patterson. Butters and Taylor are both in there. Galloway looking to latch onto it, but it's Brown who's there first. Well won by Hessenthaler. And he's away again from Crooks, who once more has stumbled. This time the challenge is by Cook. Free kick.
I tell you what, Ben only thought Gillingham were going to be intimidated by this atmosphere, the big occasion at Wembley. Well, they're wrong. 10 minutes gone, and Gillingham, for me, are the brighter. It's a better start.
Their form tailed off in April. They suffered 3 straight defeats then, but they're now unbeaten in 5 coming into this game, 4 of which have been victories. They've held their form when it mattered, and now need this one last victory of the season. And Weaver claws at it, just gets a single hand to it.
Taylor was right behind them as well, Rob, but 6'4". You'd expect him to get a hand on them. It's impressed me this season.
Here's Vikins. Now Morrison.
Every time Morrison gets it, he's looking to ping one in behind Ashby, looking for the runs of Dickoff.
Here's Brown. Dickoff. Back in by Whitley, cleared by Pennock to Hessenthaler. Now Smith. Vikins. Taylor. Osama.
It's fast and furious out there, isn't it? The ball pinging about.
Setting a bit of space for Crooks. Now Cook. Oh, there's a great team ethic about Gillingham. They do work very hard for each other. Crooks. Gota. This is Galloway. Southall. Neatly got away from Crook. Butters. Hessenthaler, he sets Smith away well. He's got Taylor and Asaba to his left, but City have 5 back. Edgehill. Kevin Horlock. Ashby.
It's the second ball that City have got to win, Rob. When it's gone up to Dickoff in the air, there's no doubt that Gillingham are winning it. It's the knockdowns the City midfield must be getting after. If there's going to be aerial balls, sorry, as Viking slides, if there's going to be aerial balls, maybe they should be going to Gota around the little small Scot up there. Gota the target man, Dickoff the man, trying to run in behind, using his little sprint, 10 yards.
It's a partnership that Joe Royle has come to late on in the season. Had originally paired Gota with Gareth Taylor, who's among his substitutes today. Here's Asaba. And Vikins prevents the corner.
I just feel that Asaba could have the pace on the 2 centre-halves. You know, Vikins has done really well there. Asaba just trying to knock it in the space and go on then. I'll test you out. How quick are you? You can certainly get the better of Morrison, I think, in a straight sprint.
Galloway. Cleared by Edgehill. This is Gota. Dickoff is up to his right. Cook now's made a break inside. It's Terry Cook. Forced out wide by Southall. Support though from Kevin Horlock. Charged down by Smith. This is Crooks. He's lined one up, and he almost got through.
Oh, that is just missed. That's missed by a whisker. Bartram diving to his right. This is oh so close. Suddenly a bit of space opens up, drills it low. Look at Bartram, just almost beaten there. Good angles from the keeper. And this is just misses. An inch or two past the right-hand upright. City's closest chance.
Lee Crooks has only ever scored 1 senior goal in his career, and that was in a 1-1 draw at Chesterfield back in February. He's not actually been on the losing side for Manchester City in his last 24 games, and the last 3 matches that City have lost, he's missed them all. Coincidence, or could this man be a bit of a talisman? Won by Hessenthaler. Butters looking to feed a Saba, but it's Vikins in the way. Galloway, Hessenthaler.
Busy little player, this fella, isn't he? And Jeff Whitley is keeping so close to him. Whitley's got good legs, up and down. He's going to have to be, because this fella still very, very fit, very busy.
Crooks. Here's Brown. Again, Hessenthaler looking to snap in. Noter has managed to lay that one off for Edgehill. Porlock. Cleared by Southall. Brown with the throw. Crooks has joined the attack. Goter and Dickoff are both in the penalty area as well. Cross from Brown.
It's a good ball, isn't it? Lots of pace on it from Brown, whipping it in the 6-yard box, and surely someone should be attacking this. Patterson comes to the rescue just there, but someone must attack that near post.
It's Horlock with a corner. Gets a hand to it, it's Whitley.
The whistle well, just can't keep it down, Jeff Whitley, hovering just outside the box. It's a good one-fisted punch here from Vince Bartram. Comes in amongst the bodies, gets a punch on it. Whitley trying to keep it down, and can't do it. Well, what a start City could have had the penalty been given, but Barry Ashby back there, big, tough defender. Don't know what he was doing there, throwing his arm up. He's clattered into a few challenges. And the referee, well, Mark Halsey's had a couple of words with him. He's got to be very careful, tackling from behind.
Porlock. Dickoff. Whitley's made a good run from midfield. Header away though by Pennock. Brown miscuing the pass. This is Vikins. Crooks.
So tight in that midfield. The ball's going forward, you know. I think Gillingham with Ashby, Pennock and Butters there, snapping into challenges. So they've just got, I think, just knock the ball about. Try to build up from the back with Morrison.
It's the second year running that this playoff final has been contested by the two teams who finished just outside the automatic promotion slots. And it was Grimsby, who were in Manchester City's position, who won last year. This is Edgehill. Pennock just fending him off initially, but this is Dickoff. And right across, Horlock looks to keep it in and can't.
Wow, is this a shot? Or is it a little clip to the far post? But I think Vince Bartram doesn't know where it's going. Dickoff just suddenly finds it on the left-hand side. Crying out for the ball. Good little shimmy here. Gets on the left foot, clips at the far post. Horlock just can't get in there. Bartram chucks an arm up as if to say, OK, it's going wide, but look, he looks beaten. You can tell by his face. But Horlock can't get there.
Here's Goter.
It's fierce there. Dickoff was complaining again to the ref that he got an elbow in the back of the head by Ashby. But the three centre-backs back there are taking no prisoners.
Morrison. And again the arm went up of Butters, this time on Dickoff. Quick free kick was allowed while Dickoff was still recovering.
Well, Paul Dickoff, you know, I don't know how much more he's going to take of this before he starts retaliating. It's a fiery little Scot. He's certainly taking a couple of clumps in the back of the head the last 5 minutes. Having to go at the ref again.
He's very unhappy about the treatment being dished out to him. Now, can Taylor get on the end of this? No, Weaver's there. Vikins to Edghill. Brown. Jared Vikins named the club's player of the year. In comes Smith. This is Taylor. Edghill. Southall for Gillingham. Brown. Cook. Now Crooks. Vikins again. Edghill. Everyone except Asaba behind the ball for Gillingham as Horlock now looks to prize them open with that ball to Dickoff.
What Gillingham are doing really well, they're getting behind the ball, they've got numbers back there, and they're all working hard. Tony Pulis works so hard on closing down in training, and they're working as a team, they hunt in packs. The City at the moment are not finding a lot of joy with spacing behind.
Man who learnt some of his craft under Harry Redknapp at Bournemouth and actually succeeded him there for his first job in management, Tony Pulis. But we've seen Gillingham progress in some respect in every season since he took over. Promotion from the 3rd division in the first year and a higher league placing in this division every year since.
Crooks is doing well, Rob. He's tucking round, he's protecting Vikins and Morrison every possible chance. Lee Crooks, big tall lad, good in the air.
Asaba. Back comes Cook. Lee Crooks tried to steer it away, but has only given it away to Mark Patterson. Ashby. Dickoff. Cook. Gota. Now Crooks, suddenly a bit of space for him.
I tell you what, Lee Crooks has fallen over about 5 times. Right, at half time he's got to have a look at his footwear and get some longer studs in there.
Here's Taylor. Squeezed up looking to catch Asaba offside. Cook.
And at the moment Gillingham restricting Teddy Cook when he's running at defenders. He can be so tricky, but at the moment Nicky Southall, Butters tucking in behind them. They're containing this fella really well so far.
Very even so far. Sides drew 0-0 at Main Road when Sean Gota hit the post. Andy Morrison had an effort, cleared off the line. It was a 2-0 victory for City at the Priestfield Stadium last month, which was actually Gillingham's first home league defeat in 18 matches. Gota. Header out by Crooks. Joe Royle here, plenty of times as a player, indeed was playing the last time that Manchester City won at this famous old stadium in the 1976 League Cup final. And he never lost in 6 appearances for England. Indeed, it was one of his England colleagues with whom he played here that won that 76 League Cup final. Dennis Stewart, the famous overhead kick against Newcastle. And he, of course, now is very influential in the Manchester City boardroom. Cross from Cook.
Yeah, a little half yard he found himself, but the final ball into the box, good enough. Oh, it was frantic opening, wasn't it? Fans on the edge of the seats. Packed house in at Wembley. Game just beginning to settle down.
Last year's attendance for the Grimsby-Northampton game was the best for this particular division. That was just under 63,000, but it'll be better today. And Dickoff. Southall, good challenge by Cook. Played back to him by Dickoff.
What a save, Rob. What a save this is. Horlock's made a real deep run here. Dickoff does well, he holds it up. Suddenly Southall gets in problem. Look at Dickoff. Slips it outside to Cook. Takes a touch. Horlock thinks, here we go, 1-0. What a save from Bartram. This is brilliant. This is vital. 7 yards out, point blank almost. Great save.
Right on the edge of the 6-yard box, a gilt-edged opportunity for Kevin Horlock. Bartram coming to Gillingham's rescue. There's Ashby. Smith.
To save this fella has made here. Dickoff was out the box. A Horlock gambles, takes a chance. Great ball in the box, 7 yards out. Whoa, smashing.
Vince Bartram, well known by Tony Pulis from their days together at Bournemouth. Picked him up again after he'd been freed by Arsenal 14 months ago. Hill. This is Brown.
It's beginning to all come down the right-hand side now for Manchester City.
Michael Brown. Crooks. It's Brown again.
He's just rushed at it. It's lovely play. Good combination. Crooks again involving Brown. And they had time there. Just has to take half a second and then plant it in the box.
It's been significant just how much progress they've made down that flank in the opening half hour or so. Crooks and Cook have combined to great effect. Horlock. This is Southall. Flicked on to Galloway by Taylor.
What a lovely move as well. Taylor, first time, beautiful. Galloway just took his eye off the ball.
Dickoff.
That's fierce in that midfield, Rob. And City now, just beginning, I feel now, getting the upper hand.
Gota. Tried the instant layoff to release Brown, but it was Southall who was aware of what they were trying. Morrison, Whitley, Crooks, Brown, now Horlock, Dickoff and Edgehill combining, and Patterson stopping them in their tracks. Morrison around there from Edgehill and winning it back for Kevin Horlock. Gota, Brown. There's Crooks. Gota's in the middle, Dickoff is there too, and there's a push by Gota.
Yeah, just backing in there, Gota. But I think Joe Robb will be happy with this City start now. You know, they should have had a penalty in the first minute. Just having a chat. Willie Donachie is a Hartford alongside him. penalty for me in the first minute, and then Horlock, flying header, brilliantly saved from Vince Bartram.
Well, City have been desperate to keep their players' feet on the ground in the weight of expectation that they always face from their phenomenal support. There did seem to be a feeling around the city that they almost only had to turn up to claim the place in the First Division. But as Gillingham have already demonstrated, that's far from the case. There are only 2 points between the two sides in the league table. Both have good, long, undefeated runs in the league campaign this season.
You can see City now beginning to push Gillingham back after a bright start from the Kent side. A lot in midfield, but look at that, 31% down in Gillingham's final third.
Kick headed by Morrison. A fall here for Asava. We've got Beacons at his back. Southall. Up goes Taylor. Morrison though beats him to it.
Good header from Morrison. I'll tell you what, Rob, I like when Southall gets forward, you know. Looks a bright little player on that left-hand side for Gillingham.
Horlock. Butters. Whitley. Dickoff. Now Cook. Well, the goalkeeper was confident, he let it go.
Well, I think he let it go, but I think Vince Bartram's got to start asking questions his defenders. You can't give this fella time on the ball. We saw that fantastic strike against Bristol Rovers from a dead ball, and that's not too far away, looking for a little bit of curl. But who's closing him down? That's what Vince Bartram's asking now. Southall just gets away from him a little bit, bends one, tries to get the curl on it. That's not too far.
The signing of Terry Cook was instrumental in Joe Royle changing his formation back to a 4-4-2 because of the wide open spaces of their main road pitch. And he's hoping that they'll similarly benefit from the great width of this Wembley turf. Looking for a way through the middle now as Whitley's fouled by Hessenthaler.
Yeah, it's a free kick. Hessenthaler's having a little problem here because Whitley against him is very, very sharp, very quick. He's getting a little bit frustrated, Hessenthaler. And I think he catches Jeff Whitley just there. Is this too far for Terry Cook?
Well, it might be a touch ambitious. He seems confident enough.
Bartram looks to be in good form to me.
It's left for Horlock. Header away was by Ashby.
Well, that wasn't a bad. It's not a bad idea there for Manchester City. I thought the ball was just a long way out, isn't it, for Horlock or Cook to try a blast.
From a free kick that Horlock scored in the match at Priestfield.
Saba just catching Big Morrison. He's not happy. Andy Morrison, I tell you what, I think he's... When people look at him as a big, rugged centre-half, I think he's got a footballing brain on him. He's always looking to play, and he's not scared just to clip one over someone's head, dinking it into front players.
It's only a second experience of the playoffs for Andy Morrison, and the first one wasn't too pleasant. He was part of the Blackpool team that let a 2-0 first leg lead slip and lost to Bradford in the second division semi-finals. Brown, and City's players again being roused by the Blue Moon anthem.
Some noise coming from opposition away to our right. Dickoff's just getting a little bit angry. Just feels one or two challenges are going unnoticed here. Frustration now beginning to boil over. At Southall, I think he's having a go at now. Matt Halsey just beginning to settle down. There's been one or two nasty challenges from behind. Ashby again. Dickoff slides in. Well, he's just getting a bit frustrated. And that's why Southall's saying, hey, shut up. Nerves jingling. Such an important match. Division 2 nationwide playoff.
Well, the referees tried to keep a firm hold on proceedings without bringing out another yellow card. Still Adrian Pennick, the only one booked. It's in the second minute of the match.
Just interesting, Rob, as well, to hear Mike Summerby at the top of the programme saying, you know, this is the most vital game City have had for decades.
Edgehill. Gota. Brown. Now Cook. Galloway.
He shouts a handball every time it goes near a Gillingham player back in Gillingham's own box. The City fans are screaming handball.
Score. Manchester City looking for the first step on the road back to the Premiership. It's just 6 seasons ago that there were 82 league places between these sides when Gillingham finished 1 off the bottom of the league and Manchester City finished 9th in the Premiership. Here they are now on this level playing field. Gillingham looking to get into the first division for the first time in their history. And Asaba has Taylor breaking to his left. Opts instead for Hessenthaler. Now it's Taylor. And now Asaba is offside. The flag is up, it won't count.
Well, I'm just wondering here, Rob, does Karl Asaba make the wrong choice? Suddenly, Gillingham break, they'll get 2 against 2. The ball's at Saba's feet. I think, look at the run behind him from Taylor. If he'd have held on to it a little bit longer. Hessenthaler spots him. Thought the big fella was going to head it. Tries to drive it. Definitely offside.
Well, he didn't even celebrate. His instant reaction was to look to the assistant referee. And Asaba knew immediately that he was to be disappointed. Making progress. Oh, it was a really tricky one for Patterson to deal with, and it was Edgehill who came storming in.
Well, suddenly this is the first time I've seen Edgehill in such an advanced position, but what a good ball this is. Gillingham were looking for offside here, no flag. That's a teasing ball into the box, great ball in fact. And it just maybe if Edgehill could have headed it back across goal. Gota was there lurking. Great ball from Brown, unlucky from Edgehill.
Say it every time, but he's never ever scored in his senior career, Richard Edgehill. And this would be some place to change that.
That's something he has to put right, Rob. You know, when you got pace like he's got getting forward, you must somehow get your name on the score sheet, even in that wide position.
And it did well to keep that one in. Patterson, Taylor, now Vikins. Ricky Weaver, who's kept a club record 22 clean sheets in their league matches this season, 26 in 54 matches in all competitions. Up goes Gota. Hessenthaler.
So again, Whitley's back there with his pace. Against the veteran Hessenthaler.
Patterson.
And a poor cross there from Patterson. Patterson has been doing really well defensively. He's been tucking round, helping his 3 centre-backs out, like Nicky Southall on the other side. But when you get a chance to get in the box and you've got Taylor far post, it's got to be a little bit more precise.
Gota against Butters. It's Brown. Pennick. Galloway to Hessenthaler. Maybe Hessenthaler might be hoping to join his former club Watford in the First Division next season, but even if Gillingham get up, no guarantee that Watford will be there, depending on what happens here tomorrow. Morrison. Galloway. Morrison again. There's Ashby. Deakins, the foot of Taylor was very high then.
I think the ref's going to have a little chat with him as soon as this ball goes out. Taylor was a little bit late.
Taylor. Patterson.
Some good first-time passing from City. They try to move the ball quickly.
Dick off. Nota. Kept in by Cook. Here comes Hessenthaler. Taylor.
Deakins, his right foot just a little bit high there, around the head of big Robert Taylor. Gillingham are desperate, trying to frustrate Manchester City, catch them on the break. Really, City were looking for an early goal. It hasn't come. Gillingham battling away, doubling up, get behind the ball, fighting for their lives in the midfield area.
Morrison.
He doesn't have got some power on his head as Rob. You never see him just tickle one out. When he gets a head at it, when he gets his head on the ball, it's powered away.
Unable to keep it in this time, Terry Cook. Taylor. Southall. Brown.
Hessenthaler right next to Matt House at the ref saying, no way, I got the ball. The referee handily plays 2-3 yards away from the challenge.
Kick to be retaken, and it's Andy Morrison who takes it. This is Lee Crooks.
Crooks really too early with the ball to Dick off, but how quickly is Dick off over there closing down Butters? Really does work hard, the little fella.
Crooks. Butters. Patterson. Ashby. Sava. Smith this time has got inside. Horlock looks to line it up for Taylor. Well covered there by Crooks. And Gota now has got away from Barry Ashby. It's Dick off in support. To end at the end of the first half, and now Smith.
He was unlucky. Unlucky. Started with Patterson to Smith. Great ball. Good move from Gillingham.
It's just 1 minute stoppage time in this first half, and the match is still balanced on a knife edge.
Yeah, so tight, isn't it? City look to have more of the ball, look maybe a little bit more exciting going forward, but Gillingham are still a threat on the break. Galloway come closest, but down the right, Patterson and Smith combining well. with Taylor and Asaba looking sharp. Well, the fans are on the edge of their seats.
Warlock. Whitley.
Good clever header, but Ashby again tangling with Dickoff.
Half-time, and Barry Ashby maybe had the luckiest escape of the first half in the first 30 seconds of the contest, when what appeared to be a clear handball from a Dickoff layoff went unseen by the referee. Dickoff was looking to release Sean Gota, and the arm was certainly raised and it came off his elbow, but nothing was given despite Dickoff's appeals by Mark Halsey, the referee. Joe Royle hoping his team can put their pressure to good effect in the second half. Half-time, 0-0. Well, the rain has started to fall again at half-time, which may take its toll on the surface. But Manchester City haven't failed to score in their last 15 matches. The last time they were involved in a 0-0 was against Northampton a couple of months ago. But the longer it goes on like this, the more real prospect extra time and then penalties becomes. Penalties have never been used to settle this division, but then they haven't been used to settle the first division until last year either.
So the rain's coming down rather heavy now, Rob. Mind you, the players won't mind that. It's just defenders have to be a little bit careful, keep their eye on the ball. Nice greasy surface, and what we want is an early goal.
So either of these teams could be 45 minutes away from a place in the first division next season. A single goal has been enough to settle this particular contest in the last 2 years, bringing victories for Crewe and for Grimsby. But who can strike first here today? Smith and Hessenthaler for Gillingham get the second half underway. Butters makes contact with the head of Andy Morrison. Galloway merges with it and finds Asaba. Smith has joined the attack as he does so well. It's Paul Smith, goes down right on the edge of the area from Edgehill's challenge, but the referee unconvinced by his fall.
Well, I was unconvinced as well. I don't think it's a penalty. Good break though from Smith. Edgehill gets in. Does he make contact with the ball, or is the ball going too far away? Who gets to the ball first? I think Edgehill gets to the ball and hits it off Smith.
Well, they are a danger when their midfielders break, and they've been looking throughout this contest for the likes of Smith and Hessenthaler and Galloway to support the strong front two of Taylor and Asaba. And we'll see more and more of that in this second half. Of more immediate concern to Gillingham is the fact that Barry Ashby appears to have taken a blow to the face.
Yeah, it was Sean Gota. Aerial challenge, again elbows and arms are up there. You see clearly in a bit of trouble. I don't think Gota's in trouble. I think it was just a 50-50. I think he catches it right on his nose. And you see Gota, Ashby, big tower in centre half, and this is his hand that catches him right on the nose, bridge of the nose.
Barry Ashby, an FA Youth Cup winner with Watford 10 years ago against Manchester City. Maybe feeling a little groggy, but soldiers on.
He's been a tough competitor this afternoon. Fortunate with the penalty decision. Apart from that, he's been winning these battles in the air, keeping, he's giving Dickoff a bit of stick. Still looks a little bit shaken up by that challenge.
Well, he's a tough, competitive type. Ashby. He's himself picked up 2 red cards during the course of this season. Taylor gives the ball back to Weaver. Gota looking to help it on.
I think as this game goes on, Rob, I think we're going to get midfield players taking more and more of a gamble, getting forward, looking for a little knockdown off the front players.
And Gillingham look to have switched their wing-backs. Patterson has drifted over to the left in this second half, and Southall has gone out to the right. Horlock. Here's Gota.
Just wonder, you're talking about the switch there, Rob, is Patterson maybe? Tony Pulis feels that Patterson on the left-hand side is more of a defender against Little Cook.
Southall's throw. Here's Asaba. Cleared by Morrison. And Patterson is there ahead of Dickoff. This is Pennock.
And just like the first half, I think Gillingham have started slightly the better to start their second half.
Tony Pulis' team didn't have a particularly good start to the season. They won only one of their first 8 league matches. They went on a great run from September to January when they were unbeaten in 17, and that really lifted them up amongst the playoff contenders.
And who ended it? Manchester City.
They themselves had a great run in the run-in, beaten just twice in their last 24 matches. They too were off the pace in December when they were lying 12th after their defeat at York, and 1 or 2 grumbles had started. Since then, they've adapted to life in the second division. Can they, though, get out at the first attempt? Joe Royle knows that the longer you are in this division, the more difficult it becomes to get out. Here's Horlock. Southall with the throw. The rain has become torrential.
You just get the feeling, Rob, you know, the pitch getting damper and damper. One little half chance, who can take it? Is heading to Division 1.
Well, despite the sunshine that we had yesterday for Scunthorpe's victory in the 3rd Division playoff final, there was quite a storm in the immediate aftermath of that game, so the pitchers had to already take a fair battering from the rain before today's downpours. Here's Horlock. Patterson. Brown to Horlock. Just beyond Michael Brown's reach. But you can see just what sort of effect the conditions are having. Here's Vikins. Ashby leaving it to Adrian Pennock. Gota receives the ball well from Horlock. This is Edgehill.
City have got to get this little fella in the game a lot more. For the moment, that's only about 6 minutes old, the second half. Hasn't seen much of the ball at all.
Brown looking to project one into the area. Looking for Crooks.
Butters again commanding back there, saying get out the way, my ball. And that's been the story, the high balls. Gillingham 3 have been superb dealing with them.
Brown to try and open up Gillingham again. Header out by Patterson this time, and it's a corner.
And the decibel level rises again. Up goes big Andy Morrison, far post. Can City deliver?
Horlock plays it short to Cook. Well, it was spinning awkwardly as they converged on Crooks to prevent him from getting a header in. Vikins was in there as well, causing a problem.
Yeah, it was a little dink ball near post. Vikins for 1 minute I thought had got a good head on it. In fact, it could have been Crooks that hit.
It's Terry Cook's corner this time, and Gota comes in.
Tell you what, Rob.
Cook gets it back into the danger area.
Just wondering there, Bob Taylor, I think it was. I think it was from Gota. Again, shouts of a handball. I don't think he knew too much about it.
And Smith here looking to get through. furthest Gillingham player forward.
Goalkeepers have to be so careful. This rain really is so greasy, the surface.
Manchester City's last two defeats have both come at home. The last time they lost on their travels was in London in the FA Cup at Wimbledon, way back in January. Cook. Wins the throw off Carlos Sama.
Definitely Parsons keeping a real close eye on little Terry Cook.
Cook. Gota. There's Brown. Edgehill. Now Horlock.
City definitely look a better side when they move the ball quickly. All this one-touch stuff is, they look to be smarter going forward. Quick one-touch stuff really has Gillingham rocking.
Brown.
He's had a couple of chances, hasn't he, to get the ball in, Michael Brown. Just a little bit disappointing. Great engine in this fella, young player, up and down, but just disappointing this big crowd with his final ball into the box.
The attendance figure confirmed at 76,935, which is far and away a record for this division by some 13, nearly 14,000, and only just below the overall record for the playoffs, which was set by last year's First Division final. That was just over 77,500 for that epic Charlton-Sunderland match. Sure, Gillingham will be hoping that this is a hook for some of the supporters who are perhaps attending their first ever football match. Certainly will be a great launch pad for them if they were to get into the First Division. Been plenty of endeavour within their ranks today.
I just think it's Southall there. If he can get forward, Tony Pulis. He swapped him round with Patterson. If he can get forward, produce the ball into the box. Taylor Asaba. Can they nick it for the Kent side?
And we are about to have the first substitution, and Mark Saunders is coming on to take the place of Galloway. Galloway will slot into a midfield role. Paul Smith has drifted over to the left. Galloway the man to make way. Smith who's breaking here, and it's Andy Hessenthaler, blocked by Crooks. Gota. Now Brown. Dickoff is wide to the right. Cook is waiting in the middle, so too is Horlock, so too is Gota. Patterson delaying the effects of the cross and then preventing him from getting it across.
And good defending again from Patterson, doing a stern job on this left-hand side.
Brown delivers this time, the flag's up. And having acknowledged it, the referee allows Gillingham to continue, and they could break here with Southall. Disappointing delivery across the field, but it's a cross-field ball that goes straight to Terry Cook. Dickoff. Here's Lee Crooks. Warlock beaten to it. Whitley, Brown, batters, and Smith looks to set Taylor straight on his way. Gap is plugged by Morrison. Whitley. Gota.
Game's definitely opening up, Rob. Gillingham now feel when they get forward, they're getting bodies forward.
Any lapse of concentration, any error now could be vital. Carla Saba bearing down on the City rear guard, but Cook tracking back well. Vikins just doing a little sting out of the game.
Just looking up front for City, I'd like to see Gota do a little bit more. Dickov's worked his socks off along the line. Gota maybe he's just looking for that little half chance to try and take. At the moment he's got to get involved more.
The man who secured Manchester City their Wembley place with the goal against Wigan in the second leg of the semi-final. And their leading scorer this season, Sean Gota. Well, the big match tomorrow, the First Division playoff final. It's Bolton against Watford, live on Sky Sports 2. Our coverage starts at 2 o'clock. Could possibly be the last First Division playoff final to be staged under the Twin Towers, although the Football League are hopeful that they may get another year of playoffs in here.
And the crowds continuously go up and up. Why not? Oh, a towering header there from Ashby.
Smith challenge on Brown, leading to the award of a free kick.
Well, Ashby's having a go at Brown, saying, hey, come on, get up, nothing wrong with you. Well, it's not high, is it? But it's a free kick. He's worked very hard, as have all the Gillingham players this afternoon.
Orlock's free kick. Morrison is in the attack, but Gota came in.
Certainly a chance from Gota.
Well, Morrison was doing a strong job there holding off Guy Butters, and that suddenly allowed Gota to free himself. But it's Hessenthaler now on the break. Taylor up to the right. Saunders has joined the attack too. Fell at an unfortunate moment, but recovers well, Hessenthaler, and wins the free kick off Whitley.
Well, I think Hessenthaler's done well because Bob Taylor was in support. Bob's not getting any real pace. He was just trying to create open. I think there was a free kick for Vikins here. I think that's a free kick. But Hessenthaler bounces up. But a second challenge, over he goes. And it's a dangerous situation now for City to defend. Taylor, big centre forward out of the box. He must fancy his chances here.
Well, he can hit them. Just past the hour. Taylor's the man.
That's probably his first effort on goal. He's worked hard, he's held the line. This time just trying to bend it with a bit of curl, pace, and that doesn't trouble Weaver.
Well, it looks like a double substitution here for Manchester City. Joe Royle there having words with Ian Bishop, and Tony Vaughan. Vaughan is to be deployed as well.
Ah, this is a brave move. This is a gamble.
Edgehill. Vikins. And Taylor climbed with his arm outstretched.
Yeah, looked a free kick from here. Well, double substitution. Joe Royle going for gold.
And Tony Vaughan, sure, will be delighted to get the chance to reappear here at Wembley. He's played here twice for the England schoolboys. Ian Bishop, as experienced as he is, making his debut on the prized Wembley turf.
And Vaughan will certainly give them a help in the aerial battles, either defensively or offensively at free kicks and corners, whereas Bishop might just create a little bit more. I think Andy Morrison's struggling with his knee.
Well, he'd missed the last 3 games, Andy Morrison, so he's one of those going off. That's the introduction of Vaughan accounted for. And with Bishop now poised to come on. Plenty of discussion about the other player who's to be withdrawn, and it's going to be Michael Brown.
I think Michael Brown's worked really hard, Rob, but when he's had a chance to create in Gillingham's final third, he hasn't been splitting any defences with passes. I think Joe Royal needs a little bit more creativeness. Obviously disappointed.
Experienced man Ian Bishop, he was 34 years of age yesterday. Can he celebrate his birthday a day late with a goal? And Vaughan with his first touch delivers a free kick on from Gota. First touch for Bishop. And this is Cook.
It's a good play again from Smith. This is what Gillingham are made of. When your mate's in trouble, he's back there helping out, doubling up.
Horlock. There's Smith again, the Mr. Dependable of the Gillingham midfield. Crooks. Well, it's nail-biting time already, and there's still 25 minutes of this contest to go, and no major clues yet as to which way it is going to go.
Look at the faces. Realise one goal now, one slip, one bit of magic. Division 1.
There's Vaughan. Saunders. Here's Ashby. Saba's helped it on to Taylor. And he's found back towards Taylor, and Edgehill got himself in the way. The danger not over yet though for City. Southall gets it across. Oh, and Saunders came in with a flying header that took it across the face of goal.
Goodness me, what a good bit of play from Gillingham. Suddenly Edgehill had done great defensive work. Edgehill, he doesn't clear it properly, but look at this. Launches himself at the ball. And he makes a good contact here. That hits the back of the net. Saunders, diving header, a little bit more on it. Surely Weaver could have done nothing. Pull us off his seat. And in the end, it's well wide. Gillingham fans, glorious chance.
Saba here looking to get through. It's Vaughan who's come back to make the tackle, and it's a successful tackle. Vikings. Edgehill. Pennock lets it run.
Now suddenly Gillingham just upping the tempo. Just feel they get a little bit more braver, Gillingham, now on their break.
There is just something about these openings that are occurring that makes you start to believe we may not need extra time. Bishop. Crooks. Gota. Dickoff. Now Cook. Horlock has gone to the edge of the box. Wanted it played round. Didn't quite get it right. Pennock was there.
Yeah, look at the blue shucks all around City players.
Taylor is losing out to Crooks. And it's Whitley who's picked up the loose pieces. It's a good run from him.
Yeah, good refereeing as well, because Whitley was caught with Taylor. It was from behind. Taylor's in trouble. Tried to play advantage, Mark House, to the referee. Whitley was on his way, but here's that's a foul. Look, it's a clear trip. If Whitley keeps going, the referee says, go on then, how far can you go? Now Taylor's going to get the yellow.
And it's taken the 68th minute to get the second yellow card of the match, having booked Adrian Pennock so early in the game. Referee Mark Halsey now shows the yellow card to Robert Taylor. Again, it would be ambitious to have a shot from here for Cook or Horlock.
I think Horlock, his left foot might fancy one. Well, they've got two options, haven't they? It's almost central, this position. They're looking at each other. I think Horlock's going to whip one with his left.
Horlock's left it. Cook tries to curl it. It comes off the wall.
Well, Cook just give a little nod there saying go on there, but that was obviously to run over the ball. The City fans now really urging their side on.
City attacking the end in this second half where their fans are gathered. Vaughan has come forward. Cleared by Butters after a little spell of pinball. Back in from Bishop.
That's a great header again. It's Ashby. How many times has he cleared the ball with his head today? Superb. Diving. Couldn't take any chances.
Quick corner, Bishop. Delivery from Horlock's a good one.
Oh, free kick given.
Vaughan applying pressure that was a little too rigorous.
And Saunders a moment ago at one end, and at the other end coming to the rescue. But Vaughan does pose a threat in the air. Sometimes goes to the near post, flick-ons at corners and set pieces. But great noise here. Both sets of fans are really urging their side on.
Manchester City lifted by that bout of action. And Gillingham's supporters issue the rallying call. They've had their moments too in this second half. That Saunders header notably. Taylor's layoff for Saba. It's gone beyond Crooks and it's Smith who's come through. Carla Saba, Bishop gets it back.
This is so even, Stephen, I think. Saba, we know he's got quick feet, curls them in. Smith doing well, driving forward again, linking up with him.
And it's laid off to Smith. Oh, and Weaver just holds on.
But I tell you what, Weaver, it was hit so early that Weaver didn't have a chance to react. Smith suddenly says, go on, have a bit of this, wax it. First time. And Weaver's a little bit lucky, trying to squirm under his body. But sometimes goalkeepers make their luck, and I rate this young keeper. Unlucky from Smith.
Well, Peter Taylor clearly rates him as well. He's in the current England under-21 squad to face Sweden and Bulgaria is Nicky Weaver. There was the potential for an horrific moment for him there, but he got enough behind it from the initial save to prevent it from trickling over the line.
See from his face that is what he's thinking. Oh, keep on your toes, Nicky.
Southall crosses in towards Taylor or Asaba. It's Beacons who gets it clear.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen some real brave defending this afternoon. Beacons, super header.
Vaughan lets it go, and it's Taylor who's stolen in. The angle's difficult.
Well, he's unlucky there, Taylor. There's no way he could go for goal. The angle was acute. Just trying to help it back into the box.
Whitley. Well, both teams are staying positive, looking to settle it before the need for extra time.
Well, Joe Ross played his trump cards. He said, go on then. Double substitution 10 minutes ago. And he knows this is knife-edge stuff.
Both of them staying on their seats. Wembley not the best place for a manager. They are a bit distant from the action, can't get their messages across too clearly.
There's no way the players can hear them either with this noise. Jam-packed, capacity crowd. Nationwide, we must be delighted the way the playoffs are going.
Edgehill with the throw. Edgehill's cross. Bishop. Beacons to Vaughan. Against Edgehill for the challenge on Southall.
I think think Tony Pulis, the change at half-time certainly worked, because we haven't seen Edgehill get forward and we haven't seen too much of Terry Cook either, so the switching round of Southall and Patterson, I think, has worked for him.
There's been quite a revolution since Tony Pulis took over at Priestfield. He's built 3 different teams. It's not entirely been a bed of roses for them this season. There have been 1 or 2 tensions well aired between Pulis and his chairman Paul Scally, both singing from the same hymn sheet today, though, in their desperation to reach the First Division. Saunders. Southall wins the throw.
I just feel, Rob, a goal now. Goodness me, is there any way back?
Saunders. Well, City had plenty of players back. There were appeals there. Horlock had emerged with it.
The linesman, I think, was in a great position as well. Now he's got his flag up for offside. But no way was the penalty decision. The linesman's flag stayed down. He had the better view. No penalty. Saunders definitely gets the ball, but I don't think there's any contact. Good decision.
Taylor to Hessenthaler, led by Vikens. Horlock, tackled by Southall. Edgehill, looking for Dickoff. Cook has gone up on the outside and he's found him. Terry Cook, looking for Gota. Ashby doesn't make it, and it's hit the post from Sean Gota.
Well, couldn't believe it when Ashby missed it, and Gota suddenly chucked out his left leg. I thought if he'd have cut it back, Dickoff could have had a tap in. City fans can't believe it. This is great play. Dickoff clips it to Cook. Delightful ball, but look at Dickoff. And you have to say Gota's unlucky. Had he squared it across here, I think Dickoff has a tap in. But Gota goes for goal, and off the post to safety.
Well, Gillingham deal with the corner. Hessenthaler. Asaba to Taylor. The game really is opening up now, and it could still go either way. How costly will Gota's miss be? Taylor has Smith in support. Got torn between 2 stools in having a go himself or feeding Smith.
Yeah, I think he took the wrong option, to be honest, Robert Taylor. On his right foot, it's a couple of yards wide in the end. He's had it, to be fair to him, he's had a look for support. He just thinks, go on then. Feel for that far post. Weaver makes it look closer with diving, but a good 2 yards wide. End-to-end stuff.
Well, the chances are plentiful, but you wonder if Manchester City will be left to count the cost of that effort from Gota that hit the post. Here's Ian Bishop. Dickoff looking to hit one on the turn, and it's Pennock who blocks it for the corner.
Surely a goal must come from either of these sides. Throwing everything at it now.
13 minutes to go of Manchester City's 13th visit to Wembley, and a corner kick taken by Terry Cook.
It's going to be another one, I think. Pennock just getting his blonde head in the way.
Staying in the area behind Dickoff. Asaba, though, is watching him closely.
Yeah, Vaughan near post, looking for a little flick. Cook's screaming at someone there, saying it was a good ball in, but for me that was always the keeper's ball.
Edgehill missing his header. Weaver clears, but straight to Taylor, and the goal is unguarded!
Oh, Robert Taylor. Weaver has kicked well all afternoon. One bad clearance, and he knows it. And Taylor had a golden opportunity. Absolutely stranded outside his box. Taylor's touch is good. He just rushes it. What a chance.
Surely this game is going to be settled in the 90 minutes. It's frantic stuff at the moment. Whitley's header on. Butters gets it clear, and it's Dickoff who's through this time, and right across with Horlock and Gota, unable to provide a finishing touch.
It's unlucky, isn't it? Horlock flying in at the far post. Dickoff, his touch was good. Suddenly feels as an opening. Great first touch, drives it across the 6-yard line. Horlock needed another yard of pace.
Units on standby for the management teams and the fans, I think, the way it's going at the moment. Taylor.
Taylor flat in bed here. Big Robert Taylor must be thinking, could have won it. It wasn't an easy chance, but his first touch gave him a great opportunity. Just couldn't hit the target, an empty target.
Saunders, Ashby, Pennock and Taylor all close together. Immaculate handling by Weaver and good positive thinking as well to set Cook away straight away. Dickoff. Almost gave Patterson a slip, it's fallen for Cook! Brilliantly turned over.
That's a great right hand from Vince Bartram. No wonder he's smiling, that's a fine save. Great play from Dickoff. Originally started off with Weaver with a throw out, Cook to Dickoff, and this is a lovely bit of skill here. Cook follows up here, comes inside on his left peg, and that's a good right hand over the crossbar.
And it's Cook again this time, cleared by Pennock. And Hessenthaler beaten to it by Edgehill, and there's a bit of a scuffle after that.
Yeah. Well, the referee's saying go on advantage.
Cook delivers this time. Pennock, who's having to get through a lot of work to clear those dangerous crosses. And here's Ian Bishop. Horlock lets it run. Good defending by Saunders. Bob Taylor. Edgehill. Now Tony Ball. Given away to Southall.
I think Hessenthaler was a little bit lucky, a little bit fortunate early on because he dived into Edgehill for me. And Mark Halsey decided advantage, go on.
Saba playing it on to Smith. Taylor's at the edge of the area, but he's worked it through. It's Carlos Saba, and it's a goal in the last 10 minutes of the contest. Could it be the goal that takes Gillingham into the First Division for the first time in their history and dents Manchester City's dream of an immediate return?
Would you believe it? Saba, we know he's got bundles of ability. Carried on the run, and he sent Kent into ecstasy. Surely now, Gillingham are marching in to Division 1. It's a lovely ball from Saba. Smith doesn't panic. Gets a little bit of luck there. It's a toe poke. Weaver goes to ground. But Smith, who's been more adventurous getting forward. Saba, great finish with his right foot. Smacks into the back of the net. Weaver can do nothing. Tries to hit the smother the ball. Goes low. Oh, what a great strike from Carlos Saba.
Would you believe it? Certainly the Manchester City fans can't. The tears already welling, and yet there is still time to pull themselves back into it. But what has Carlos Saba's goal done to their morale?
Tell you what, Rob, it was good play. Because he played the ball up to Smith, he didn't stand admire on it, he got forward, got the return, and a good finish.
Well, the flags are waving at the Gillingham end. Their team has shown itself capable of defending a lead, and it's a lead that Carlos Saba has established for them.
Right foot, Weaver, just the pace of it. It's almost a toe poke, and Pulis must think now, get in, here we go, 8 minutes remaining. Saba's goal.
Taylor! Oh, it could have got better, but that one's wide.
Well, claiming a corner, looking at the linesman, and Weaver now in a rush to get the ball. Time running out for City. City fans stunned, almost stunned for a second time. Taylor, right foot, great save from the keeper. In off the post, and surely that was a corner.
Save clearly unseen as it was the goal kick that was given. But Carl Asaba's goal so late in the game, possibly a fatal blow to Manchester City. Gota. They have to find a way through somehow. Can Crooks deliver for them? In comes Richard Edgehill. Dick off! Oh, saved by the feet of the goalkeeper.
Wow, unbelievable. Dick off the bit of save. Wow, foiled by his best man. What a game Bartram's had.
And Asaba here is onside, but not too keen to rush things. Nothing gung-ho from Gillingham at this stage of the game.
City fans all around the stadium, at home. How tough does this get?
Well, they were inches away from scoring when Gota hit the post. Now Dickoff has been thwarted by his great friend Vince Bartram. And it's Gillingham who are poised to join the ranks of the First Division. Asaba. Patterson. Smith. Patterson again. Asaba here looking to get away from Crooks, but it's proving a real struggle for him.
Wow, what a save this is. Look, Dickoff, 8 yards. Somehow, Bartram chucks out his right leg to foil his best pal. And how tough does it get on these punters? Unbelievable.
Paul Dickoff's best man at that moment, the worst man in his life.
Oh, what a game for this keeper. A bit of fortune earlier, Gota hitting the post. And good saves first half, but surely the save from Horlock first half was brilliant, but this save from Dickoff for me is fantastic. That old fella's hurting. Side foot, almost just dreaming of an equaliser, and his pal's right foot comes to the rescue of Gillingham.
It's caution to the wind time now. Lee Crooks is off. They're bringing on another striker, Gareth Taylor, who's twice suffered disappointments in playoff finals before with Sheffield United and with Bristol Rovers. Now comes on, hoping for a dream impact in the last 4 minutes of the game. Carl Asaba, the goal scorer, and it's Taylor he's put through this time. Taylor, 2-0! Gillingham are surely there now, making history in the process.
Wow, Rob, we said they were always a threat, the way they play as a pair. Goals this season between them has been special, 42 goals, now it's 44. And what a good finish from Robert Taylor. Quick thinking here from Asaba, the touch is not bad, but this is brilliant. Taylor gets away from Vaughan, 20 yards out, right foot, drills it low. And that is bye-bye Division 2 for Gillingham. Division 1, here we come. Brilliant back heel. Tony Vaughan can't get there, keeps it low, off the greasy turf, and Tony Pulis knows, now we're safe. Surely that is it. And, well, the Gillingham fans go crazy. And at the other end, it's a mass exodus.
Robert Taylor, goal number 21 of the season. And the door to the First Division now wide open. 2 goals in 5 minutes, 2 goals in 3 now required by Manchester City to take this match into extra time. But a sign of just how Gillingham plan to shut up shop now is the fact that they've made a change. They've taken Carl Asaba off and they've brought on a defender, Darren Carr, in his place as they look to hold on to what they have. It will take a superhuman effort now from Manchester City to turn this one around. They came so far with a late run, but it looks as though they've fallen at the final hurdle.
It's been a long journey back home up the M6. Unbelievable. Heartbreaking, really. One off the post, the Dickov miss, and suddenly 2-0 down. And the thoughts of a return to Division 1 quickly disappearing, but not at this end. Party time in Kent tonight.
Well, they came perhaps with low expectations, although Tony Pulis said in the build-up to the game that Manchester City were the favourites to everyone outside the county of Kent. But it's the old Brentford combination that has done the trick for Tony Pulis and his Gillingham team. In fact, all four of the ex-Brentford players have played their part in this match. Barry Ashby getting away with the early handball, Paul Smith setting up the first goal for Carla Saba, and Asaba and Taylor combining to get the second.
Just a continuous noise away to our left. Gillingham fans. What a dream.
Well, Vince Bartram made a crucial save at a key point in the game from Paul Dickov, and he is the nationwide man of the match.
It's a cruel game. Bartram be popping champagne, whereas Dickov.
And Gota's through here. Great challenge, but the follow-up shot is in. Manchester City have given themselves some late hope here through the goal from Horlock.
Well. Could City somehow hold themselves back? It's a beautiful little flick from Dickov. Suddenly Gota looks to be scoring. Horlock arrives, keeps it low, drives up his left peg. Past man of the match, Bartram. Just when Gota thought he had a chance, Horlock arrives, keeps it low. And City, is there time left?
Well, there'll be some anxious eyes now cast towards the amount of stoppage time that's to be added on to see if Manchester City do have any genuine hope of producing another cliffhanger. There are 5 minutes of stoppage time to be added. Would you believe it? I remember in last year's final, I think there was something like 7 added on in the Grimsby match. Here's Bishop. They knew it was going to have to be a superhuman effort, similar to the one that Manchester United produced in Barcelona. Now can Joe Royal's team follow that example and show the mental strength to keep on to the end of the road?
Well, to be fair to City fans, a lot of them have stayed behind even at 2-0. There was no sort of, here we go, we're out, let's go home. A lot of them stayed behind and suddenly just praying. And what a joy it must be when they see another 5 minutes, well, 4 now, remaining in this match.
Well, referee Mark Halsey has had to intervene into a bit of a late skirmish. Gareth Taylor, the player against whom action is to be taken.
Well, what a last 10-12 minutes we've had here. It's a smashing game, even at 0-0, it was a cracker. But suddenly now, 4 minutes remaining. Can Taylor, the sub, just been booked, can he come on? Somehow snatch an equaliser.
Well, Manchester City, through their recent history, have never done things the easy way, and they're giving us another cliffhanger here. But are their ambitions to get back in the First Division to be postponed for another year, or can they somehow find an equaliser? And then you'd think the advantage would swing in their direction for extra time. Bishop feeds Cook.
Oh, what a chance to get a delivery in. 5 City players in the box, and Terry Cook with time on his right foot, just trying to clip it in. Bartram's hand goes up, that'll do, he says. Disappointment for Cook. And the whistles cry out from the Gillingham fans.
Edgehill. Fouled Southall. to be said that there are a lot of second division clubs who'll be quite happy to see Manchester City stay in the division with the crowd potential that they take to away venues.
Well, Gillingham have plans to refurbish their ground. Boy, it looks like they're going to have to now. No rush now from Gillingham. Anywhere will do. Less than 2 minutes remaining.
Well, they've just called the receivers before the appointment of Tony Pulis. Gillingham were a club flat broke. But what a recovery his appointment has sparked.
Weaver scurrying about now. I don't think he had any chance for the first goal. The second goal, I thought he'd come racing off his line a little bit quick, I have to say.
Well, it's not over till the final whistle, and City here looking for an opening. It's Dickoff again! Can you believe it? Denied once by his best man, but this time Dickoff comes out on top, and from 2-0 down, Manchester City have drawn it level.
Well, what is it about Manchester? This is unbelievable. And watch the great rivals come back from the dead, and have City just come back from the dead. Unbelievable. And Paul Dickoff, well, go to ground. Dickoff, right-footed, beats his best pal, high into the net with his right foot. Can't believe it. And the other half of Manchester goes wild. On the right foot, just sticks it right at the top corner between the post and the crossbar. And glory for Dickoff, who was foiled earlier by Bartram. Not this time. City fans can't believe it. What a match.
They thought they were consigned to another season in the second division, but you've got to say that the pendulum surely swings towards them now. Paul Dickoff's 15th goal of the season, and suddenly they're not counting the cost of the one that was saved anymore, or the one from Gota that hit the post. The concern is with Gillingham, who took off their recognised goal scorer in Carlos Saba and brought Darren Carr on in a bid to defend the lead they'd established, and now they need another goal from somewhere.
Wow, Gillingham now have to concentrate tight, don't they? Now they must concentrate, Gillingham. There must be huge disappointment. Look at the fans' faces. Now they've got to raise themselves as well. Raise their team. And Tony Pulis can't believe it.
It was the nightmare scenario for Tony Pulis as soon as Kevin Horlock struck one back. I'm sure he will be unhappy at the 5 minutes time that was added on, but Manchester City so grateful, and grateful to the finishing prowess of Dickoff. I'm sure they're asking Mark Halsey where all the extra time came from at the end, but 5 minutes it was, and in that time Joe Royle's team staged the fight back that Alec Ferguson would have been proud of. An outstanding comeback that takes an outstanding second division playoff final into extra time. Well, which of the managers had the more difficult talk to lift his team? Did Tony Pulis try the old, you've beaten them once, now go out and do it again chat? And Joe Royle will surely have been emphasising to his players that the job is only half done.
Quite incredible, Rob. I was looking away at the City end, and there was a few gaps appearing, but they're filled up again now. People have been halfway out the car park, they've run back in.
They're only standing at the exits, but they're back in their seats now. And it's Kevin Horlock whose goal did so much to bring Manchester City back into it and give them hope before that dramatic equaliser from Paul Dickoff.
And the look on Dickoff's face, he was hurting with that side foot that his mate Bartram saved. He was really hurting, but when it hit the back of the net from his right foot, suddenly it was glory.
Well, Dickoff, a player who suffered from the instability at the club. He was signed by Alan Ball shortly before his departure, and then they went through that succession of managers which never really helped his career. It's only really late on in this season that he's established himself in the first team under Joe Royle. And Royle delighted that he's kept him in now for the contribution he's made. But look at the fans, that's the heavy burden of expectation that Joe Royle and Willie Donachie carry. It's Patterson. And he's won the corner. It's no golden goal. The extra time period will go the full 30 minutes. It may well then go to penalty kicks. Smith. Foul by Paul Smith is punished. Right throughout the turnaround, incidentally, the Gillingham players were still talking in very animated fashion to Mark Halsey, presumably contesting the decision to add on 5 minutes of stoppage time. They were wondering where it had all come from. Bishop, and it's Horlock who's got through here.
The skid off the turf, just beat Horlock there. Great run, good ball, just skidded off the turf. Beautiful Wembley turf when Horlock looked to be in.
Hessenthaler.
He's tried to strike there, and 3 in front of him there, Hessenthaler, because Weaver was off his line. The Gillingham players, I feel, have to lift themselves that little bit more than the Manchester City players. At 2-0, they must have dreamed, that's it, it's all over, we're there. What a huge disappointment it must have been. They have to dig deep again.
They were plunged in the matter of a few minutes from dreamland into the nightmare scenario. Look at the face of Carla Saba, every picture tells a story. And his dejection written all over his face. Here's Whitley. Going for the glory himself. Not a regular goal scorer, Jeff Whitley. Got a couple when he was on loan at Wrexham earlier this season.
Well, I know we talk about playoffs, but sometimes people feel it's unfair, but for the fans that come here to Wembley, nationwide playoffs, wow. Last year we thought we'd seen it all with Charlton, Sunderland, incredible. What are we going to get in these next 25, 26 minutes?
Well, the team that's finished 4th in Division 2, as Gillingham did this year, has lost the last 5 finals. At 2-0 they seem to be coasting. Horlock's goal though changed that. Dickoff with the equaliser. And Manchester City have started in extra time where they left off at the end of the 90 minutes. They're looking positive. Cleared by Carr. You can feel some sympathy for Darren Carr, who came on at 2-0 and suddenly the whole picture has changed. Here's Tony Vaughan, who postponed his wedding in anticipation of Manchester City being involved in the playoffs. Ball played around towards Dickoff, and Bartram is out.
Well, there's a few tired legs out there, but I can tell you Paul Dickoff won't be fit as a flea.
Vaughan. Southall. Hessenthaler and Taylor are up with him. Southall has been very strong with the run.
He's obviously tired as well. He's come right in and on his right foot, couldn't keep it down. No trouble to Weaver. But this fella certainly troubled Nicky Weaver. Smith, good little ball, came off Beacons, stabs at Asaba, and that was the first one. Then Asaba, superb to Taylor, and surely now that was it for the City fans. But suddenly back they come, Horlock driving it low to give them a glimmer of hope, and suddenly Dickoff, who's played so well, finds the top corner. Fantastic.
Well, the one ace that Gillingham may well have up their sleeve is that while Manchester City have used all of their substitutes, Tony Pulis does still have one in reserve, and in John Hodge, he does have a man who is a potential match winner. He got a 90th minute equaliser after coming on as a substitute against Macclesfield in October. Plays as a winger, but as I think we saw demonstrated in the live Gillingham game we covered against Bournemouth. He can come on and certainly pep things up.
His manager must be thinking about it. Just to give his players a lift, a fresh face, fresh legs.
As it is, Gillingham in a promising position here from this free kick if Hessenthaler can orchestrate something. Saunders, who came in with a header, but as he did with an earlier one, darts it across the face.
He's a dangerous customer, isn't he, arriving late in the box? That's his third one, Rob. He's got his head on. Just flinging himself on again, like the diving header earlier. Can't get enough on it.
Beacons. This is Edgehill. Knocked down by Taylor. Whitley just controlled it with his hand.
A yard and a half away from the referee. He wasn't getting away with that one. Well, Mark Halsey was in good form in the hotel yesterday. Big smiles on his face, but this has been difficult. The penalty, the one he missed, the handball. Ashby, and suddenly the Gillingham players will be asking, where did the 5 minutes come from?
Here's Dickoff. Taylor. Dickoff, Horlock's continued his run into the box. Looking for Gota with a cross. Flicked in towards Taylor, and Saunders in the end had to get it away, but the flag was up for offside.
Yeah, good decision. Dickoff, I think, when Gota just got the little flick on, the referee was quick with the flag. Dickoff again, good work. A nice little flick. You can see Taylor a good yard and a half offside. And just for a minute, the Gillingham fans, well, the hearts were in their mouth again. I tell you, Rob, both sets of fans have been superb. Gillingham fans, they must be absolutely gutted, but cheering the side on. A good, what, 40,000, well, must be almost 40,000. City fans, heartbroken, suddenly, kiss of life.
Beacons. Here's Dickoff. It's Sean Gota. Challenged by Carr. Bishop. Dickoff. Edgehill.
Dickoff's just playing off the front two at the moment, and Gillingham have to be aware of it. Gota and Taylor, the strikers, Dickoff just sort of playing in between them. And Taylor at the far post, as we know, if the service is right, he's a handful.
Here's Cook. Hessenthaler was the player fouled.
Hessenthaler's got through so much work. Cook disagrees with the decision. This fella's a battler.
Well, they're a team not built around individual stars. They give a very consistent level of performance. And Tony Pulis must have thought that his side had it in the bag at 2-0. But once Horlock scored, it was always a bit risky once the board went up, showing the 5 minutes allotted time added. Bishop spreading it to Gota, who keeps it in well. He's looking for Taylor with a cross, and Pennock decides not to risk leaving it to his goalkeeper. Back in from Cook.
And that's desperate defending from Gillingham now. City pushing forward, smelling victory. Pennock, who's played so well along with Ashby and Butters, still they have to defend.
Richard Edgehill. Made room well for the cross, and it found its way through. They're pleading for hands then against Butters.
Butters didn't know anything about that, even if it did hit his hand, which I'm not sure it did. Knew nothing about it.
Here's Vaughan.
penalties, here we come.
Well, it would be a sad way for it to end. Kevin Horlock missed one of the penalties the last time that Manchester City were involved in a shootout against Blackpool last season. Lee Bradbury was the man who missed the other kick as City were knocked out of that League Cup tie 4-2 on spot kicks.
Let's hope it's not penalties. But both sides to me look shattered out there, physically and mentally.
The man who saved Kevin Horlock's kick is probably going to be here tomorrow with Bolton, Steve Banks.
Dickoff is still screaming at the referee.
Horlock with the free kick. Not his best, and he knows it.
Not his best, but he'll be forgiven after giving them a kiss of life, getting them back to 2-1.
Well, Joe Royle has been through many Wembley occasions before, but I'm sure none will match the intensity and drama of this one. His team looks dead and buried. But they refuse to lie down after that goal from Bob Taylor. And now can that strength of spirit carry them to an extra time winner? Dickoff lays it off for Whitley this time. Dickoff wants the return and gets it. Gota and Taylor are both in the box. And it's gone across Taylor. Gone behind.
Well, once again, Hessenthaler was round there helping Ashby out. And Dickoff trying to find Taylor at the far post. Couldn't get his left foot round the ball. It's good play. It was a lovely layoff. Eventually, by Dickoff, and suddenly tries to get it in the far post. And I tell you what, that's not far away from the far post. Bounce it, hitting it and going in.
Dickoff has been Gillingham's chief tormentor as the game has worn on. Patterson with a throw. Here's Sean Gota. Smith. Good strength has been shown by Saunders here, but Whitley tracking back well. Edgehill. Taylor. Richard Edgehill. Bishop. Whitley. Kevin Horlock. It's Paul Dickoff. Southall. Now Taylor looking to feed Saunders.
What a good ball from Taylor. What a good ball. Saunders tried to get in front of Edgehill. Superb stuff. And that's what Gillingham, Rob, are so dangerous on the quick breaks. City are passing the ball more crisper. They're finding the men easier, but when Gillingham break, they're still a major threat.
That late break apart, it seemed to be City's half on points, the first half of extra time.
Back to half chances again. Who can take it? Defenders make a little slip or a bit of magic.
Cue John Hodge then, and it's Mark Patterson who's going off to make way for the former Walsall man. Hodge is no newcomer to Wembley. He was actually substituted in his only previous appearance at this stadium in the 1994 Autoglass Trophy final, when his Swansea side beat Huddersfield 3-1 on penalties. But his job now is to ensure that this game doesn't go to penalties. Southall. Taylor. It's Southall again. Foul by Vikins.
Yeah, it's obstruction. It's a positive run from Southall, and Vikins looks as if he's going to earn himself a yellow. It's a body check. It's not nasty, but it's good positive running here from Southall. The arm comes across him. I think Southall makes a meal of it, which earns Vikins a yellow card.
It's only the second booking for a Manchester City player. Jared Vikins and Gareth Taylor, the men cautioned. Each team attacking the end where all of the second half goals were scored. Hodges' first touch is a free kick into the area, which is cleared by Horlock. Back to him. Terry Cook comes away with it. He's looking for Dickoff. Taylor will do, though. Bishop. Gota. Hessenthaler gets there.
That's good stuff, this is. There's fierce challenges flying in, but fair challenges.
Dickoff gets the ball across.
This is about desire now, Rob. Who really wants to win this? Who wants to sneak it?
Dickoff. Whitley. Now Taylor. It's Cook. And he's fed it through to Sean Gota.
Superb from Butters. Brilliant from Butters. Southall almost clipped the heels of Sean Gota, but Butters comes over again. What a match he's had. Just as Gota's about to strike, over comes the big centre half and gets a foot. Good ball by Cook. Gota thinks, here we go, and Butters there again.
It's Bishop who gets it across. City anxious to flood the penalty area in that sort of situation where they've got a promising match-winning position. Cook.
Again, Dickoff making the run between the three centre-backs, and he's pal Battram again. Reads it well. I bet they have a chandy out two together tonight, regardless of the outcome.
Back passes from Ian Bishop. And Weaver has to be sure-footed there against Bob Taylor. Saunders. Smith. Can Smith get the better of Vaughan here? Edgill, who's been switching between left and right in extra time. Now Whitley. Now Bishop. Hooks out wide. Taylor and Gota are through the middle. Dickoff at the left edge of the penalty area. It's Terry Cook. And it spins off the head of Carr for the corner.
Look at his face. Pressure again for Gillingham to defend against. But I think Bishop's done well, Rob, since he's come on. He's suddenly given them a passer, whereas Brown works hard. Bishop suddenly looks to thread balls through or wide out to Cook.
Well, the pressure has been unceasing since Horlock's goal dragged City back into this game with a chance. Bishop here lines one up for Whitley. Is there enough of a gap? It gets a flicked header anyway. Vaughan's touch.
Tony Vaughan there, that could have gone anywhere. Whitley suddenly on his left foot says, no one's closing, I'll hit it first time. And Vaughan just heading over.
He's put his wedding back to the 11th of June to accommodate involvement in the playoffs, Tony Vaughan. He must have wondered if it was the right decision when he started the game on the bench anyway. But he's on now. And he, like the other 21 players on the pitch. Oh, it's broken here. Could it be for Hodge? He beat Weaver to it, but Weaver was strong twice. One moment of uncertainty there could have been so costly, but Weaver was steadfast.
Just wondered if Saunders would have used his left foot there. Weaver might not have been getting away with it. Tony Vaughan almost.
Here's Ashby, here's Taylor. Vaughan gets it away. This not a stage of the game to be taking any risks at all. Taylor comes back and dispossesses Gareth Taylor.
Tony Vaughan, must be a sign of relief. Just a little bit casual here. But watch this, Saunders. Had he used that, just when it comes to him on his left foot, he tries to whip it with his right over the head of Weaver. Had he used his left, I think he had a better chance, a better angle.
Well, they have been susceptible to the odd careless goal. Your thoughts go back to the first leg of the playoffs when they were a goal behind in the first 20 seconds through a bit of carelessness between Beacons and Weaver. Horlock on the attack here, looking for Dickoff! Oh, headed straight into the goalkeeper's hands.
What a chance, what a ball from Horlock. Taylor does well, gives it Horlock, and this is glorious chance, slightly behind him. And his pal again says, thanks, wee man. You can't, his effort has been sensational. Paul Dickoff, no wonder he's such a favourite at Main Road. But Bartram, well, it's just slightly behind him. Curling ball, straight at Bartram, and the keeper again in the right place at the right time. The fancy winner. No, not again. Brilliant.
Well, Paul Dickoff's only involvement at Wembley before was as a squad member with Arsenal. It was at Highbury where he linked up with Vince Bartram and where their families became so close. Hessenthaler running into Edgehill, but emerging victorious from that challenge. It's Paul Smith!
Just when I thought he's going to pick his spot with his left foot. I think it's Bishop who comes out and closes him and eventually catches him. Hessenthaler doesn't panic, he doesn't just chuck it in the box. He's gone then, Smithy. Out comes Bishop with a lunge and certainly catches him. Half a chance. Smith couldn't get his legs moving quick enough. Closed down quickly. The chance goes a begging. Smith gets a kick on the shin and a little limp. Oh, what a match this has turned out to be. And Gillingham, they've played their part. Look at this, 17 against City 16. And City just edge it on target.
Saunders. Now Hodge. Could build up this from Gillingham, and he couldn't find the finish.
I tell you what's a handball. That's a handball from Jeff Whitley. He slid in. What a situation that was for Gillingham. He's only got to pick someone and watch. Look at the left arm, and that evens up for me the penalty in the first half. Saunders cuts it back. Whitley with the left arm surely stops the ball. Got into the box. 1-1 on penalties not given.
The corner is given, and Hodge is the man to take it. Gillingham substitute. It's the kick across, Goethe gets it away. Here's Southall. Hodge. Horlock. Taylor. It's Sean Goethe, who's found Paul Dickoff, who come deep for it and hits one!
I tell you what, he's trying to take this bottle of champagne for man of the match off Vince Bartram, and how close is this? Good play from Goethe, the touch is good, let's fly, right foot, beats the keeper, and 6 inches wide of the crossbar. Dickoff almost putting City in front.
Over 5 minutes of extra time left. The dreaded penalties loom large for these two sides. Good tenacity from Edgehill. It's gone inside Ashby.
Again, it's a positive run, and look who's back there getting the tackle in. Tyler again. He's got through so much work, he's taken a little knock, but it's good positive stuff from Edgehill. Gets across Tyler, and Tyler just nicks the ball, but referee says caught the man first.
They have plenty of strength back there to defend against the City line, do Gillingham. It's Horlock's delivery. Vikins who knocks it on. Wouldn't land for Dickoff. Tyler's there again.
So Tyler and Dickoff had a good little scrap, both the same weight, same height. And who, well, none of them deserve to be on a losing side, do they?
Dickoff reached for it, and the goalkeeper had to make sure that the ball stuck to him then.
I tell you what, I think this is a smashing save. I really do. I think it's a smashing save. It's difficult. Look at the bodies in there. Goater just waiting for a slip. Great stop.
In the sort of conditions we've had today, couldn't necessarily blame the goalkeeper had that one got away. Pressure is unrelenting. Cook's ball, though, a major disappointment for City.
Oh, this little fella, you know, he's been such a star this season for City. Eventually moving across from Old Trafford to Main Road on a permanent basis. And a couple of times late on in this match, he's had great opportunities to pick someone out.
Well, if the match is to be won in extra time, it'll be done with a goal in front of their own fans. But for penalties, it's the referee who has the choice of ends. That could be a fairly crucial decision. Mark Halsey just checking the watch. I'm sure one or two of the Gillingham players will want to check it for him after the amount of time that he added on for the 90.
That's why I think he'll have it the tunnel end so he can get down that tunnel quick.
Smith.
I tell you what, Smith's played ever so well as well in that midfield area for Gillingham, battling away, made the first goal, powering forward, taking his chances and digging in deep.
Well, Saber and Taylor, I suppose, have taken a lot of the glory this year through their goal-scoring exploits, but they're a team of heroes all around Gillingham. Solid, dependable and workmanlike unit. Clearance by Pennock. To set Taylor on his way again. Vikins, though, deals with it.
See, City sometimes it's 2-on-2 there. You know, they're so intent on getting forward. Time's running out. And they've just got to be careful they don't get caught again. Because Taylor will punish them.
Dickoff. Here's Whitley. Edgehill. Whitley again. Taylor knocks it down. Butters.
Brilliant. Brilliant Butters. Arm could have come out there. No. On the chest and a clearance.
Tense, nervous moments these. A time for maximum concentration from Gillingham. And Cook has got around Southall, and Carr came in and caught him late.
Well, it's not been a dirty game, Rob, but that is a nasty one. I think he could be in big, big trouble here. Carr really launches himself here after a beautiful bit of skill, the nutmegs, but look at this. Whack! That is nasty.
Well, literally like being hit by a car for poor old Terry Cook. Left floored by the challenge.
Well, he's on a wee look. What's coming out? Is it yellow or is it red? Be a huge disappointment if Mark Halsey produces red.
He's taking his time over the production of the card. And it is yellow.
Now look at the time. Seconds remaining. Can City win it off this free kick?
Stoppage time in extra time. Kevin Horlock, the man who gave them a foothold in this match, is the man over the free kick. City deploying as many as they can afford to in the attack as Horlock takes it, and Pennock deals with it.
Well, what a match this has been. Oh, superb. One more tomorrow. Can it be more exciting than this?
There's a minute of injury time to be added, the seconds of which are already draining away as Manchester City take their time over this throw-in. One last chance to prevent penalties and win it in open play, and they're not even going to get that. For the first time, the second division playoff final has gone to penalties, and now for Tony Pulis and Joe Royle, it's the lottery, the luck of the draw. And Vince Bartram and Paul Dickoff, best mates, each one has managed to get one up on the other during the course of the game. Bartram making a vital save, but Dickoff later on scoring past him, who will be having the biggest smile at the end of the nerve-wracking contest that lies ahead. What they did to have Franny Lee out there. He was the penalty-taking master, wasn't he? Got 13 in a season once, which I think still stands as a record. And Kevin Horlock, who missed in that last penalty shootout that Manchester City were involved in against Blackpool in the League Cup last season, is going to be the first man to step up for them in the second division playoff final. It's Horlock against Vince Bartram, and City are one up.
Well, you can see the tension in Horlock's face as he stepped up there. What a good penalty this is, because Bartram's moving about. It goes the wrong way. Horlock drives it with a bit of pace, sends him the wrong way. City one up.
First time that Gillingham have been involved in a penalty shootout in a competitive match for 11 seasons since they beat Brighton 5-4 on kicks in a first-round League Cup tie. The cheers and the whistling are aimed at Paul Smith, who takes Gillingham's first spot kick. And it's saved by Weaver!
I'm just wondering there, Rob, all the boos, the City fans jump behind that tunnel-end goal. This fella's had a great match for me, Paul Smith. And he just goes to drive it. Weaver with his feet. The times we see the ball go right in the middle of the goal, but Weaver's left foot keeps the ball out, and anguish for Paul Smith.
Well, if you're going to miss one early in the hope that it can be recovered somewhere down the line. He has now got to pray for the misfortune of someone within the Manchester City ranks. But Paul Dickoff here has the opportunity to give City a healthy 2-0 lead in the shootout. And it hit the post and stayed out.
Unbelievable. It hits both posts here. Unbelievable. Bartram was floored. Thought he was beaten. And Dickoff can't believe it. Sends him the wrong way. Look, one post, two posts, and out to safety. And Bartram against his good friend. Can't believe his luck. Oh, unbelievable.
What a match of contrasting emotions this man has had. Paul Smith is feeling hugely relieved at this moment in time. But can Adrian Pennock now draw Gillingham level? Oh, he's missed! Well, this is no penalty-taking masterclass at the moment.
Well, last year in the playoff First Division final, the penalties were sensational. Not this time, and what a shame again. He's battled, he's worked so hard, Pennock, and the tension, the occasion, just getting to him.
The nerves are getting to both sets of players, and look at the fans as well. They can barely bring themselves to watch. Terry Cook, another opportunity for Manchester City to go 2-0 up. And he scores!
I tell you what, that takes guts, you know, because this little fella, I don't think's had a very good game this afternoon, and that would be playing in his mind. But this is a quality penalty. That is just inside the right-hand post of Bartram. That is quality, that is guts. City now favour
substituted when Swansea beat Huddersfield here on penalties in the Auto Glass Trophy final of 5 years ago, is the man who steps forward now. It's a crucial kick for John Hodge of Gillingham, and he scores their first successful penalty of the shootout.
Oh, what a good penalty. There was heaps of pressure on this guy. Right foot, top corner, sends the keeper the wrong way, and Gillingham have a lifeline again. And what an important penalty coming up now for Richard Edgehill. This is massive.
Richard Edgehill, a man who's never scored a goal in his senior career, but steps up to take what he hopes will be the third successful spot kick to Manchester City. And that really would put the pressure on Gillingham's next taker if Edgehill could score here. And he does!
Well, I think this one has just sent Main Road. The Main Road fans absolutely ballistic. In off the crossbar, I'm sure. The underside of the bar. Oh, just for a minute. He must have been thinking, had he given it too much elevation?
If Guy Butters misses this penalty, Manchester City will be in the First Division next season. Gillingham will stay in Division 2. He has missed it! Manchester City are up! They did it the hard way, but Nicky Weaver calls them forward for the celebrations. Celebrations that are fully merited for the way they fought their way back into it. He can hardly contain himself. Look at him. It's been an extraordinary way to do it, but Manchester City are there. They are the genuine soap opera club. Cliffhangers upon cliffhangers in their fall down the table. They were 2-0 down in this contest. They fought their way back to 2-2 in extra time, and now, by virtue of a 3-1 victory on penalties, they are there. They've completed one small step on their road back to the Premiership. Joe Royle's team have done it.
Well, what a couple of weeks for Manchester. Unbelievable. As much as I'm pleased for Manchester City, oh, this is a cruel game. Tony Vaughan, ecstatic. But how do you feel for the Gillingham players? 2-0 they were down. I feel so sorry. Some of the City fans were out the exit, heartbroken, 2-0 down, and suddenly in injury time, this little fella, along with Horlick's contribution, has got them back in it. Incredible. Nicky Weaver, wow. What can you say? Sensational stuff.
But in contrast to the delight of Nicky Weaver is the man whose penalty he prevented from keeping Gillingham in the hunt. Poor Guy Butters, you feel for him, you always feel for the last penalty taker, and you feel too for the man of the match, Vince Bartram, who will have a bottle of champagne at the end of the evening, who did everything he could in normal time to keep City out, including that extraordinary save with his feet from Paul Dickoff. But in the end, it is his best man who will be playing in the First Division next season. It's mission accomplished, part one of the recovery route for Joe Royle and his team. And Nicky Weaver, the man in whom he's placed his faith, really has come up trumps. John Hodge, the only successful penalty taker in the Gillingham ranks, but all to no avail.
I thought City were the better side, but I really do feel for Gillingham. I thought they were superb, the fans, but there's got to be a winner in the playoffs, and now they head up the steps to get the medals and the cup.
And weary they may be, but what a great feeling this is for Andy Morrison, who really was a crucial signing for Joe Royle this season when he brought him in from Huddersfield. He says he bought not only a player in Morrison, but a captain as well. And that inspirational leadership has led to Morrison now lifting the trophy. It's Manchester City who are the second division playoff winners of 1999. And Nicky Weaver, whose handling has been reasonably assured throughout the whole game and whose crucial penalty save made it all possible, doesn't want to let the trophy go.
You just wonder, Rob, is this a start of a City resurgence? That's what these fans all around the team now, giving them their claim, I think. And is this a start?
Well, the City fans really have been beyond reproach. They've still turned out in their numbers, and in many ways that was the most difficult task that City faced in coping with that heavy burden of expectation. But they've started to fulfill that expectation now, and the heroes all along the line taking their medals. Kevin Horlock, who ensured that it was possible with his late goal. Lee Crooks, Michael Brown, who will remember the days when City were in the Premiership. Are they now on the road back there? They're certainly all hoping that that's the case. Ian Bishop, who has plenty to celebrate today after his 34th birthday. Gerard Beekins, another medal to add, having won the club's Player of the Year accolade. Sean Gota and Paul Dickoff. What a match it's been for him. Thwarted on one occasion by his best man, but he beat him with that crucial and absolutely priceless equalising goal, and then went to miss a penalty in the shootout that hit the inside of both posts. Extraordinary.
Now the party begins. Incredible. Away to our right, the masses have come down from Manchester. What a topsy-turvy match for them this afternoon. I said it was going to be a long journey back up the M6, the crawl through Birmingham. They'll whiz through it now.
Well, it's yet another match that shows you to expect the unexpected in football. Gillingham looked home and dry until that late turnaround, and Sean Gota must be as delighted as anyone. He's talking now to Alan Bentley.
Sean, have you ever played in a game anything like this?
No, you know, it was magnificent, you know, a great game to be a part of. I mean, a sellout, both crowds were brilliant. It went right to the end, and you know, you start to think that maybe it's over. You look up, you have a look at the clock, and they're saying something, I don't know, 5 minutes or something like that. And then we got little Dickie who's got a chance to tuck it away, give us, you know, that extra time. So we were well pleased with that.
Manchester United did it in midweek, didn't they? I think we need to test the water in Manchester.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've done it with one goal down. Obviously, we had to put it back with 2 goals. But yeah, it was the never say die belief that we've got amongst the players. We're well pleased, you know. We've had a hard time early in the season, but we kept sticking away. We would have liked to do it straight promotion, but we've had to come here, but it's brilliant. I mean, it's going to be a party now.
Well done. Go and get your photograph.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, as Sean Gota says there, they must have been so lifted by the sight of the board saying that 5 minutes of stoppage time were to be added on, and that gave them the lift in confidence that they clearly needed just when their spirits seemed to be flagging.
Without a doubt, and I'm sure Tony Pulis will be asking that question, where did the 5 minutes come from? But I think the referee, it couldn't have been easy for him out there because it was frantic. It wasn't a nasty game by any means. I thought Kelsey maybe first half, that was a clear penalty for me to City, and I'm sure if City had gone out, they'd have been asking the same questions. Why didn't you give it? But he's not showing too much emotion there. A little wry smile. We don't believe it. He is bubbling inside.
Well, he has a long-term plan for the club, of course, and this is only stage one, which is maybe why he'll want to keep the celebrations relatively low-key when they get back to Manchester. Because bear in mind that they finished 3rd in the table, and because of the way the league's structured, that still counts as their lowest ever finish in the Football League table. But is this the start of the comeback?